Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now, if you consider yourself anything of a producer, an engineer, singer, songwriter, mastering wizard, or anything in between, and you use a DAW with plugins, then we, my friends, we need to talk about Waves. Okay, so who or what are Waves? Well, according to their website, Waves are a hardware and software developer based in the States. They're very well established now, having been around since about 1992, and they credit themselves with creating the very first audio plugin, the Q10 Paragraphic equalizer, which I kind of have, but anyway. So you would think that they're at the top of the industry, having been there and done that, been around pretty much since day one when it comes to DAWs, audio workstations, and VST plugins. And you would be right in thinking that, until recently. Now, when I started out my production journey many years ago, I remember being told that Waves did the best plugins, and everyone I spoke to who knew anything about music production would they always said to me, yeah, Waves is really good, really high quality stuff, it sounds great. And you know, to top it off, they've got loads of it. There's loads of different versions. They've got loads of EQs, loads of compressors. They do loads of stuff for pretty much every single mixing need. So they're a good place to start, and they're not exactly expensive. The average plugin more or less will cost you $29.99, a little bit less in pounds, which isn't exactly going to break the bank compared to some plugins that you can get. And unfortunately, it's now 2022 and not 1992 anymore. I could do with being 9 again. And times have indeed moved on. So why am I making this video? Well, I'm going to tell you, and I've got 3 reasons why. The first reason is because Waves partake in what I would call shady business practices. Yeah, Waves, shady. I did it, I went there, I said that. In my opinion, it's valid. Waves is shady. Now here's why. Now, anyone who has used Waves plugins before will know that Waves model runs on what's known as the Waves update plan. Now the idea is that you need to update every year, every 365 days, to make sure your Waves plugins are within the update plan date so that you can update to the latest version when it comes along. Now, what's shady about this, I hear you say? Well, let me explain. First of all, it basically means you never truly own the plugin. If you're constantly paying for updates that are not free, that are not included as part of your purchase, then let's be real, you're renting the plugin, you don't own it. The amount of money they ask for your updates depends on the plugins that you have and how many you have of them, and it does top out at $240 a year. But even so, it's still scandalous that they're asking for money every year essentially just to make sure that your plugins are on the update plan and are in date. But what do you get for keeping up to date with the Waves update plan? You know, is it worth the money? Well, I mean, Waves 14 just dropped recently, and what do you get with it? So here is the Waves site, and this is basically what it says. Now, they're offering 25% off your Waves update plan. Okay, that's great. What's in it for me? What do I get for my money? Okay, so it says here you get essentially plugin updates. I mean, that should come for free anyway. Free second license option. Again, most other plugin providers give you a second license anyway. Not all of them, but a lot do. So I don't really see how that's anything special. The VIP tech support, I would expect, I work in tech support myself. Tech support is my day-to-day job. I would expect any kind of tech support if I'm spending this amount of money over a certain period of time with any software provider. New plugins added. Receive all plugins added to your bundle since you bought it and during coverage. Well, I don't think that's ever happened in all the years I've owned Waves bundles. I don't think they've ever given me a free plugin with an existing bundle. So I really don't see that being particularly true or valid. You know, if I'm wrong, please let me know. I'd love to know if that's not the case. Exclusive premium content, get access to premium music production, mixing and masterclasses. Now I can't really talk about this because I haven't had access, I haven't really checked this out. I know they do provide some free content if you subscribe to their mailing list. But is this really worth the money that they're asking every year? Probably not. And the Waves coupon, well, I mean, if you're already spending that amount of money with Waves, I would hope they're giving you some free stuff back. Does this justify what they're asking for? They're asking me for $114 to update a number of plugins and a couple of bundles that have all mostly been that were mostly purchased as part of version 12 and one in version 10. The Trantex that I've got is currently still in date, so I got it for free a few months ago. It was available as a freebie. I managed to grab it in time. It's a great little plugin. I do use it quite regularly now, so I don't have to worry about that. That's in date. Everything else is out of date, and they want me to basically spend more money on plugins that I already own. Now, what's the big deal I hear you say about the Waves plugin updates? Well, here's another thing that's incredibly annoying about it. They push new versions of their plan out regularly. For example, version 12 came out in October 2020, according to this website. Then Waves 13 was announced pretty much exactly a year later, October 2021, according to this website. So I guess we're not due Waves 14 for another 4 or so months, seeing as it's late June now, as it is. Well, no, you'd be wrong. Waves announced version 14 just this week gone. That's the 21st of June 2022. I got an email saying that Waves version 14 is now out. That's 8 months. That's 8 months. They couldn't wait another 4 months to ask for people to update to version 14 and keep to the yearly pattern. No, it's 8 months since the last update. When are they going to try and get me to upgrade to version 15? Christmas? Do I need to put it on my list for Santa? Like, Santa, I've been a very good boy this year. Can I please have Waves version 15 update, please, for all my plugins? It's only $114.89. Okay, now we're going to go on to reason 2. The spam, the junk mail, the absolute audacity of this. So exactly 1 year ago today, 365 days ago, I set up a redirect on my email to direct anything from waves.com to a specific folder, because I wanted to see exactly how many emails they would spam me with in 1 year. So yeah, technically this video has been 1 year in the making, and wow, they did not disappoint. 440 emails in 365 days. I'm no mathematician, but that's an average of more than 1 email a day. Now, this isn't everything. This is what you're seeing here doesn't even constitute every single thing I have been sent. I have removed a number of emails that aren't exactly sales spam, as they sometimes do send good articles and useful mixed content. So those were removed from these numbers. But these are few and far between, and they're definitely not the majority. I think if you probably added those back in, it would probably take it up to closer to the 500 mark all in. But even so, 440 emails in the space of 1 year is a joke. And if you look at the content of the things they're sending me, it's just a never-ending sale. Like, what are they? The DFS of plugins, the sale that literally never ends. Are they ever not running a sale? Can I take a single word of this seriously? Like, why should I make any effort to buy anything in a Wave sale? Because I know there's going to be one tomorrow, and the next day, and the day after that. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I really don't like this marketing, the way they market their plugins, as good as they may have been, or used to have been, or even still are. This marketing practice is just reprehensible, just spamming us every day with just junk. And I genuinely would be interested to know, is there anyone out there, anyone at all, that has bought a Waves plugin at the regular price and not the sale price? Please, I would genuinely love to know. If you have purchased a Waves plugin at full price, please let me know in the comments. I promise not to laugh at you too much. Okay, that was a lie. I will laugh at you, but like, seriously, like, what the hell? Please let me know. I don't think there's anyone out there. There's probably one person out there, and that name probably has their own plaque at Waves offices, wherever that may be in the States, to commemorate the person who did that. But seriously, this brings me on to the third and final reason why we need to talk about Waves. They're just not at the cutting edge anymore. At least not where plugins are concerned. I'm not sure about the hardware that they provide, because, you know, I'm operating a complete, I don't really get to use hardware much. But the software wise, their plugins, they're just not at the top of their game anymore. There are literally better, newer versions of everything Waves has to offer. You can find these from companies like Acoustica, Plugin Alliance, UAD. I mean, even SSL do their own plugin range, and you can get that same SSL sound from SSL directly and cheaper, right? Absolutely massively cheaper. I picked up 2 SSL plugins for about £43. And all I did was wait for an SSL sale. So sign up to SSL, sign up to Plugin Boutique as well, because they're a reseller for SSL. And they all pretty much match their sales at the same time. And I managed to get 2 SSL plugins for about £43, which is way cheaper than you would ever get the equivalent plugins at Waves. And they're newer and better as well, in my opinion. Also, added bonus, no update plan. So, I mean, it's a win-win really, as far as I'm concerned. There's just nothing there. There's no reason to get the Waves plugins that they offer anymore. Okay, so to summarize, I'm not saying that Waves plugins themselves are shit. You know, if you use them and they sound good and they work, then great. Yes, they have been used to make some world-class records over the years. I get that. I'm not disputing that. And there are even a few Waves plugins that I still use to this day. R-Bass, for example, remains a staple. I couldn't imagine making a kick bass without using R-Bass. It just doesn't fathom into my workflow. And tools are tools at the end of the day, after all. As long as it sounds good, then that's really all that matters. However, it's clear that Waves are relying on their status in the market more and more, in my opinion, as time goes by, and other developers are just simply eating into that lead, and they're just not, Waves just are not doing anything new, and they haven't done anything new for a while now. If you add to that the points I mentioned earlier about the spam, the update plan, and the shady ass business practices, then altogether it just makes it really easy for me to recommend other plugins and other developers to people, regardless of if they're new or experienced producers. There was a time when if someone asked me what plugin should I get, what bundle should I get to keep things cheaper, where should I start out outside of stock plugins, I would have suggested something like Waves Gold straight away. The Waves Gold bundle. I mean, it's a bundle that I've got myself. And yeah, it was very useful at the time I purchased it. I've used it a lot. I got my money's worth. I could definitely say I learned a lot with it. But right here, right now, I couldn't justify that. I couldn't justify that to someone. Not when you have things like Plugin Alliance doing monthly bundles that are quite frankly much better value for money. Link in description for those who may be interested in my recommendation. This post is not sponsored by Plugin Alliance. Anyways, that's my rant over. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Am I wrong? Did I get this totally wrong? Do I need someone to absolutely own my ass and tell me why I'm wrong? Then if so, please tell me in the comments below. I would love to know why I'm wrong. I would love to know that I didn't spend all that money on Waves plugins for nothing. Anyway, thank you for listening as always, and I hope to see you next time. See ya.